My brother is gay. Normally that wouldn't be a tragedy, but his decision to drag a clueless girl to the altar just to bleed my parents dry for a $150,000 wedding fund and a luxury house, that was where I drew the line. In my past life, I couldn't bear the sight of my aging parents working their fingers to the bone, desperately liquidating their meager retirement accounts to fund his lie. So I ripped the band-aid off. I outed him. I told them the truth about his secret life. They didn't believe me. Instead, they branded me a jealous, toxic spinster who was just trying to sabotage my brother's happiness because I didn't want to help him buy a house. They disowned me on the spot. But Hunter didn't stop there. He took to the massive extended family group chat, dropping deep-faked photos of me, claiming I was a high-end escort bankrolled by married sugar daddies. Blinded by a cocktail of rage and betrayal, I stormed out of the house. I just wanted to get to the airport. I just wanted to go home. I never made it. An 18-wheeler ran a red light. As my soul lingered over the asphalt tethered to my mangled body, I watched the aftermath. I watched Hunter answer the phone call from the police. I watched his eyes light up. He didn't shed a tear. Instead, he used my literal blood to extort a massive wrongful death settlement from the trucking company. The last thing I heard before the darkness took me was the sound of my brother, flush with my death money, calling his secret boyfriend. Babe, the bitch got hit by a truck. We're rich. I love you so much. I'm giving it all to you and we're getting the hell out of this country to get married. Absurd. Vile. Unforgivable. But then, I blinked, and I was breathing. The phantom pain of crushed ribs and shattered femurs still hummed in my nerve endings, but I was sitting upright. I was in the stifling, wallpapered dining room of my childhood home in Ohio. I was looking right at Hunter, who was leading a pretty doe-eyed blonde through the front door. My mother lunged forward, grabbing Hunter's hands with tears of religious fervor in her eyes. My boy, my beautiful boy. A son is a blessing, bringing a bride home to carry on the Gallagher legacy. Not like your sister, my mother continued, her voice sharpening into that familiar grating pitch as she shot a disdainful glare in my direction. Over 30, completely unmarried, and not bringing a dime of value into this house. Nothing but a bad investment. The smell of pot roast and the heavy silence of the room crashed into me. I gripped the edge of the dining table, my knuckles turning white. I stared at the scene unfolding before me, the realization washing over my panic like a bucket of ice water. I was back. I had been reborn into the exact moment Hunter brought his beard, Madison, home for the first time. This was the day he would casually ask for 150 grand in cash to secure her, plus the down payment on a 4-bedroom colonial in the suburbs. My parents, entirely middle class and barely scraping by, wouldn't hesitate. Desperate to see their golden boy procreate, they would agree to bleed themselves dry. I knew the truth. I knew my brother was sleeping with 2, maybe 3 different men in the city. Last time my heart had ached for my parents' naive devotion. I hadn't wanted Madison to be collateral damage in his twisted closeted masquerade, so I had spoken up. This time, I wasn't going to say a damn word. If they wanted to burn their lives to the ground for their precious son, I would hand them the matches. What is wrong with you? Sit down, my father barked, his face darkening the moment I abruptly stood up from my chair. No manners, no grace. It's a miracle any man can even look at you without wincing. Hunter pulled Madison tighter against his side, flashing me a brilliant, teeth-baring smile. Natty and I are making it official. You're gonna pitch in for the wedding, right? You're my big sister. My favorite sister. Favorite sister. Right. Growing up in a house where the sun rose and set on the sun, I was nothing more than an ATM. For years, I had harbored this pathetic, hollow hope that if I just gave a little more, paid a little more, my parents might finally look at me with an ounce of the adoration they saved for him. But dying changes a person. Dying violently, unloved and betrayed, burns the last of that pathetic hope into ash. I swallowed the bile rising in my throat, forcing my muscles to relax. I slowly lowered myself back into the chair. Sure, I said, my voice eerily calm. I'll make sure to get you a very special gift. If you wanted to play house, I was more than happy to help set the stage for the explosion. Hunter's smile faltered. My easy agreement clearly wasn't enough. He furrowed his brow, perfecting his pout. Just a gift? Come on, Nat. We need a house.